6 candidates, 3 city council seats, and dozens of voters. Tonight, candidates for Spokane City Council make their case to voters. Hear what they say tonight.
The trend continues. We're talking cool mornings, warm afternoons, and then the chance of rain returning this weekend.
There's a high fly ball off of the bat of Jimenez that's carrying well. Robles turns and watches it fly.
It was a brutal night for the Mariners in T-Mobile Park. Tonight, a look at what went wrong and what the coaches say needs to change for Game 4. Good evening and thank you for joining us for the KREM 2 Night Report. I'm Mark Hanrahan. New tonight with the November election just 2.5 weeks away, candidates for Spokane City Council made their case to voters at a forum hosted by the Spokane chapter of the NAACP. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy was at that forum tonight and tells us more about what the candidates were asked and how they responded.
6 candidates vying for 3 city council seats faced dozens of voters tonight at the downtown Spokane Library. Those 6 candidates vying for seats in 3 districts up for grabs in next month's election. Director of Communications for Spokane City Council and President of the Spokane NAACP, Lisa Gardner, opened tonight's forum, thanking the dozens of community members who came to the library. Among the questions asked, how the council member candidates will help protect immigrants. Councilmember Jonathan Bingle, who is hoping to keep his seat in District 1, says helping immigrants coming into this country legally is a priority as a city leader, adding he's reached out to Congress and the president asking for help for legal immigrants living in Spokane.
I wrote a letter to Congressman Baumgartner and President Trump and said, listen, I understand what you're trying to do on the southern border, but we have a lot of folks who came here legally that are struggling to remain here legally. They're stuck in a lot of bureaucracy that's keeping them from being able to stay here legally. And is there a grace period?
His opponent for District 1, candidate Sarah Dixit, says as a child of Indian immigrants, the issue is deeply personal, adding her support for all immigrants in the city, regardless of their status.
I attended the June 11th protest because I believe, regardless of legality, people are here and our immigrant communities deserve to feel safe.
In the race for District 2, candidate Alejandro Barrientos says the issue is personal as a child of Colombian immigrants. He emphasized funding for nonprofits helping immigrants would be a major priority.
Continue to fund the organizations like Manzanita House, Nuestras Raíces, Thrive, World Relief. These organizations are the ones that are having the most impact with the immigrant community because they know firsthand what they're going through and know the issues and challenges that they're facing.
His opponent in District 2, Kate Tellis, says we're in a constitutional crisis under the current administration and its immigration priorities, saying it's up to the city and community to push back.
Right now, the Trump administration is scary beyond words. We are seeing things we have never seen before. And it is up to us, both as residents and as public officials, to call it out.
In the race for District 3, incumbent Zach Sapone is running for re-election. He says everyone in Spokane should feel like they belong and will support city policies that help immigrants.
I'm supporting and championing the immigrant aid fund in the next city budget. Our city has a critical role in defending people who live here and making sure that they're able to stay together as families.
Sapone's challenger Christopher Savage says his work with nonprofits helping immigrants in Spokane speaks for itself. He says he wants to bring the same passion to the District 3 seat to help those coming into the country become citizens.
To help out with people trying to get here, trying to make sure that they can start a life and make sure that they become active citizens here in Spokane because we all belong here in Spokane. And I've been to helped out with certain organizations like Thrive International and World Relief, as well as Latinos in Spokane.
Community members asked that and many more questions to all 6 city council candidates, hoping to address growing concerns across the city. Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
All right, let's talk weather on this Wednesday night with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo. Jeremy, a chilly start to the day today, but it gave way to some sunshine. What's in store for the rest of the week?
Well, next couple of days we go from sunny to eventually seeing that chance of rain return to the forecast. But Mark, it's a bit of a wild one for us. Seems my graphics are actually not cooperating too much, but here's what's going to happen. Tonight, we are dropping all the way back down near freezing, very similar to what we did the past few nights. By tomorrow afternoon, we're back up in the mid and upper 50s under sunny skies. As we get closer to the weekend, we'll eventually see clouds build back in, and along with it, the chance of rain by Sunday. So the next few days will look very similar to what we just went through. By Saturday, clouds take over, and by Sunday, we're talking the chance of rain across the region, and it's a pretty good one. Coming up in the full forecast, we'll talk what that means for temperatures and what that means for ongoing drought across much of the region. I'll have all of that in just a bit. Mark?
All right, sounds good. Jeremy will check back in with you later in the show. And now to our night beat with a quick look at today's top stories. A former Riverside School District employee pleaded guilty today in federal court to charges of online enticement of a minor and possessing child pornography. A spokesperson for the Eastern District of Washington says the investigation began with a single victim but expanded to include 37 victims, all minors. Tonight, the Riverside School District superintendent hopes this chapter is nearing its end for the district.
Yeah, I just pray for healing, and I'm hopeful that this day brings a little bit more closure that can help with that healing, even though I know it's going to be a long time.
Officials say Schuler pleaded guilty without a plea agreement, which means both the defense and prosecution are allowed to argue for any sentence within a range of 15 years up to life. The judge will then make a final decision. A teachers union in Washington says an educator was fired for allegedly calling the late conservative activist Charlie Kirk a, quote, Nazi in class. The Battleground School Board fired Amanda Gonzalez last month after they say a student told his mom that Gonzalez called Kirk that Nazi. Multiple other students, though, say they did not hear that. And now fellow teachers are pushing for her to be reinstated. Gonzalez's attorney advised her not to give a statement right now, but says she appreciates the support that she has received from parents and from teachers. Grant County Sheriff's deputies arrested a man after they say he pulled a gun on his landlord. The sheriff's office telling us the landlord was trying to evict the man when he threatened to shoot him. It happened at a workshop on Road L4 Southeast in unincorporated Moses Lake. He was later released without being charged, but the Grant County Jail says prosecutors could still charge him at a later date. And that's it for your night beat. For more information on any of these stories, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. All right, don't go to bed just yet. The U.S. Treasury announcing earlier this year it plans to phase out production of the penny. The reason why just might make sense. But first, just 2 weeks after taking effect, the new Washington sales tax on services is prompting a lawsuit that may risk blowing up the state budget. That story coming up in just 90 seconds.